on health and body. The body is the servant of the mind. It obeys the operations of the mind, whether they be deliberately chosen or automatically expressed. At the bidding of unlawful thoughts, the body sinks rapidly into disease and decay. At the command of glad and beautiful thoughts, it becomes clothed with youthfulness and beauty. Disease and health, like circumstances, are rooted in thought. Sickly thoughts will express themselves through a sickly body. Thoughts of fear have been known to kill a person as speedily as a tool used in a gun, and they are continually unaliving thousands of people just as surely, though less rapidly. The people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. Anxiety quickly demoralizes the whole body and lays it open to the entrance of disease, while impure thoughts, even if not physically indulged, will soon shatter the nervous system. Strong, pure, and happy thoughts build up the body in vigor and grace. The body is a delicate and plastic instrument which responds readily to the thoughts by which it is impressed, and habits of thought will produce their own effects, good or bad, upon it. People will continue to have People will continue to have impure and poisoned blood so long as they propagate unclean thoughts out of a well, that's something. So James Allen is literally suggesting there's a connection between your thoughts and then the physiological system of your vascular system of blood. So people will continue to have impure and poisoned blood so long as they propagate unclean thoughts. I mean, heck, it's just like, why not believe in it? It's true. It really is. Your thoughts can like affect chemicals in your body for sure. I mean, I would think that's more true than not true. I'm sort of leaning in that direction at this point in my life. So out of a clean heart comes a clean life and a clean body. Out of a defiled mind proceeds a defiled life and a corrupt body. Thought is the font of action and life and manifestation. Make the fountain pure, and all will be pure. Change of diet will not help us if we will not change our thoughts. When thoughts are made pure, impure food is no longer desired. Clean thoughts make clean habits. The so called saints who do not wash their bodies are not saints. Only when we have strengthened and purified our thoughts may the malevolent microbe not be considered. If you would perfect your body, guard your mind. If you would renew your body, beautify your mind. Thoughts of malice, envy, disappointment, despondency rob the body of its health and grace. A sour face does not come by chance. It is made by sour thoughts. Wrinkles that mar are drawn by folly, passion, and pride. I know a woman of 96 who has the bright, innocent face of a girl. I know a man well under middle age whose face is drawn into inharmonious contours. The one is the result of a sweet and sunny disposition, the other is the outcome of passion and discontent. As you cannot have a sweet and wholesome abode unless you admit the air and sunshine freely into your rooms, so a strong body and a bright, happy, or serene countenance can only result from the free admittance into the mind of thoughts of joy and goodwill and serenity. On the faces of the aged there are wrinkles made by sympathy, others by strong and pure thoughts, and others are carved by passion. Who cannot distinguish them? With those who have lived righteously, age is calm, peaceful, and softly mellowed, like the setting sun. I've seen a philosopher on his deathbed. He was not old except in years. He died as sweetly and peacefully as he had lived. There is no physician like cheerful thought or dissipating the ills of the body. For dissipating the ills of the body. There is no comforter to compare with goodwill for dispersing the shadows of grief and sorrow. To live continually in thoughts of ill will, cynicism, suspicion, and envy is to be confined in a self made prison hole. But to think well of all, to be cheerful with all, to patiently learn to find the good in all, such unselfish thoughts are the very portals of heaven, and to dwell day by day in thoughts of peace toward every creature will bring abounding peace to their possessor. Thought and purpose Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. With the majority, the ship of thought is allowed to drift upon the ocean of life. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting must not continue for those who would steer clear of catastrophe and destruction. They who have no central purpose in their life fall an easy prey to petty worries, fears, troubles, and self pitying, all of which are indications of weakness, which lead just as surely as deliberately planned sins, though by a different route, to failure, unhappiness, and loss. For weakness cannot persist in a power evolving universe. We should, whoa, for weakness cannot persist in a power evolving universe. There's another example of something that just popped out to me from this book. I've cited this book in my own book, and I've read this book like a couple times, but that I never read it in this way. This line, for weakness cannot persist in a power evolving universe. Yeah, we're living in a power evolving universe, and everything evolving universe for sure. Now, I say in my book that evolution is a tool of God. So I think it makes sense to me, and it makes sense in that way. So evolution is like not a God, but you can say evolution is a tool of God, and I think that's pretty accurate. So we're looking. So in this line here, it says, "For weakness cannot persist in a power evolving universe." So yeah, power is evolving, love is evolving. There's a lot of things evolving. Power is one of them. So we should conceive of a legitimate purpose in our hearts and set out to accomplish it. We should make this purpose the centralizing point of our thoughts. It may take the form of a spiritual ideal, or it may be a worldly object according to our nature at the time. But whichever it is, we should steadily focus our thought forces upon the object which we have set before us. We should make this purpose our supreme duty and should devote ourselves to its attainment, not allowing our thoughts to wander away into ephemeral fancies, longings, and imaginings. This is the royal road to self-control and true concentration of thought. Even if we fail again and again to accomplish our purpose, the strength of character gained will be the measure of our true success, and this will form a new starting point for future power and triumph. Those who are unprepared for the comprehension of a great purpose should fix their thoughts upon the faultless performance of their duty, no matter how insignificant their task may appear. Only in this way can the thoughts be gathered and focused, and resolution and energy be developed, through which there is nothing that may not be accomplished. The weakest soul, knowing its own weakness and believing this true, that strength can only be developed by effort and practice, will, thus believing, at once begin to exert itself, and adding to effort to effort, patience to patience, and strength to strength, will never cease to develop, and will at last grow divinely strong. As physically weak people can make themselves strong by careful and patient training, so people of weak thoughts can make their thoughts strong by exercising themselves in right thinking. To put away aimlessness and weakness and to begin to think with purpose is to enter the ranks of those strong ones who recognize failure only as one of the pathways to attainment, who make all conditions serve them, and who think strongly, attempt fearlessly, and accomplish masterfully. Having conceived of our purpose, we should mentally make out a straight pathway to its achievement, looking neither to the right nor the left. Doubts and fears should be rigorously excluded. They are disintegrating elements which break up the straight line of effort, rendering it crooked, ineffectual, useless. Thoughts of doubt and fear never accomplish anything and never can. They always lead to failure. Purpose, energy, power to do, and all strong thoughts cease when doubt and fear creep in. The will to do springs from the knowledge that we can do. Doubt and fear are the great enemies of knowledge, and those who encourage them, who do not slay them, thwart themselves at every step. When we have conquered doubt and fear, we have conquered failure. Our very thoughts are alive with power, and all difficulties are bravely met and wisely overcome. Our purposes are seasonably planted, and they bloom and spring and bring forth fruit that does not fall prematurely to the ground. Thought allied fearlessly to purpose becomes creative force. Once we know and accept this, we are ready to become something higher and stronger than a mere bundle of wavering thoughts and fluctuating sensations. Once we apply this in our lives, we become the conscious and intelligent wielder of our mental powers. Cut.